Welcome, seekers! You have made it to the Tarot Magicians channel. My name is Ricky, and today I bring you another pick a card tarot reading. This one is Who Will You Marry? But this is an update. Who will you marry? This is their current feelings, their thoughts, current experiences. This is essentially an update on that person's current situation, the person that you will marry. Now, before we get started, seekers, I want to remind you that I just started a Patreon page with exclusive pick a card content. I will include the link in the description below. I am asking you, seekers, to support me on my journey as I try and bring these transformative messages to the world. The best way you can help is by becoming a patron. So thank you, seekers. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support and love. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. In front of you, there are three groups. You have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. I want you to take a moment and select the group that calls your attention the most. I am going to include the timestamps in the description below so that you can fast forward to your group. Welcome, group number 1. Welcome. All right. And so before we get started, just a quick reminder, I started a Patreon page with exclusive pick a card content. I will include the link in the description below. I am asking you, seekers, to support me on my journey as I try and bring these transformative messages to the world. The best way that you can help is by becoming a patron. Thank you for your love, seekers. All right, so let's get started. In front of you, you have an oracle card. Now, this oracle card is from one of the newer deck releases, one of the newer oracle card releases, called the Star Dragons. And it's going to be the theme of what your person, the person that you will marry, essentially what their current feelings, thoughts, and experiences are at this current time. So let's see what we have here. Oh, wow, look at this. You have got a pretty powerful dragon, okay? You've got the dragon of resilience, finding your limits. And, we have here essentially the dragon and the dragon lord just kind of, in a bit of a tough situation. The dragon is trying to breathe that fire, but, it's very cold. It's been very harsh. So there is a sense of resilience here. There's a sense of trying to find your voice, trying to find your power. Interesting. So that is the theme. Anyway, seekers, the camera kind of flickered there, so my apologies for that. Let's go ahead and throw some tarot and try and get a deeper understanding and a deeper sense of what your person, the person that you are going to marry, what they are currently going through. So let's go ahead and use some star tarot for this. So you seekers know this is my favorite tarot deck, so we're going to go ahead and use it. Let's take a look and see what are they currently going through right now, right? What's happening to them? Okay, wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. My goodness. All right. So this is a very interesting reading, group number 1. Very interesting indeed. So we get started with just their current feelings, and you've got the world. All right. This is a pretty dynamic card. Right. The world essentially signals a time of completion. So it's almost like the person that you are going to marry has reached the end of a cycle, a very important cycle. This is something that they've been working on for a long time. They've put a lot of effort and attention into it. They've been very detailed. They've definitely dedicated an incredible amount of their energy towards this goal. And it's almost like with this world, they've obtained it, or they're about to obtain it. They're about to reach a place of fulfillment here. And so what this signals is a new beginning. The ending of something and the beginning of something new. And that the beautiful part is that the ending of that something was a skill. It was a progression forward, movement forward. It was just, it's a successful kind of energy. So you have here essentially a representation of them, right? And they've grown these white wings, and now they're free. They're able to fly. They're able to do what they want to do. They're holding on to the world, hugging it, almost embracing it as a symbol of, I've reached completion. I know what I need to do. I'm going to go ahead and move forward and be effective. And you also have here a symbolism of the great tree. And so they're in the tree itself, which is a symbol of growth, growth in the right direction. 4 butterflies adorn the card, another symbol of transformation. And you've got here a nest with 3 golden eggs. So their efforts have essentially earned them those 3 golden eggs. And so that's a symbolism of newness. That's a symbolism of what's coming. That's a symbolism of, I've reached a place where now I'm moving forward. And I'm going to try something new, and I'm going to use everything that I just obtained from that previous cycle, taking it to the next cycle just to be successful. So these, they're going through this emotion, these feelings of success, having reached a place of contentment. And so, if we go back to the theme of the reading, resilience, finding your limits, we can look at this and say, okay, your person, the person that you are going to marry, has gone through a journey. They've been resilient. They've been learning to find their limits. They've been learning to reach new heights of glory. And now they're feeling like they've reached that. They're feeling like they've been successful. They're feeling like that success is only going to multiply. And so they're happy about this. They're very, very happy about this. Now, this card right here is their current thoughts. And boy, oh boy, I mean, you've got a very dynamic card here, okay? You have got the King of Wands, all right? You have got the King of Wands. So their thoughts are very mighty indeed, because the King of Wands is mighty. The King of Wands is the leader. Out of all 4 kings, the King of Wands is the one that's purpose-driven. This is the king that says, follow me, I will lead you to greener pastures. So their thoughts are thoughts of leadership. Their thoughts are thoughts of victory, success, motivation, moving forward, striving, getting things done, accomplishment. This King of Wands stands with his shield. In his shield, he's got a dragon. So we've got more dragon symbolism here. So this shield, now that apparently whatever harshness that, this dragon was going through here in your theme, where this dragon couldn't find its voice, it couldn't find its power, here the King of Wands has found that power and now is able to use that dragon's power to his advantage, right? To the point where it's a shield made out of gold, and he stands pretty much guarding his throne, which is also made out of a dragon, right? You see that throne right there, made out of dragon. So you've got a lot of dragon symbolism here. This is accomplishment. So their thoughts are thoughts of accomplishments. They've reached that place that they've been trying to reach. They also have with them these 2 lions, and that's just a symbol of leadership. That's a symbol of mastery. It's a symbol of rising above any challenges and reigning supreme. So their thoughts are thoughts of victory. If we can just break it down into a simple word, right now, their thoughts are of victory. Now, I will say one thing. The fact that they're ending a cycle, they're starting a new cycle, they found something, they're prosperous, their thoughts are thoughts of victory, it leads me to believe that maybe you will be a part of that next cycle. And I feel that very, very, very powerfully, because I feel that you are being represented in this reading by this Queen of Cups. All right. And this is just further information of what is coming for them. Essentially what is going to happen, And so the fact that there is this Queen of Cups here showing up in almost like a future position, it almost tells me that maybe potentially this person is about to meet this beautiful queen. And so this union is going to come pretty quickly now that they've obtained some kind of victory, now that they've reached a place of just complete fulfillment. I feel that the time is fast approaching for you two to meet, for this energy to be complete. So, boy, it's definitely going to feel very, very, I would say, loving. This is an energy of, this is a very dynamic energy. We've got essentially the union of the King of Wands with the Queen of Cups, a very balancing energy. So the both of you are going to make an excellent, beautiful couple. I really feel that, because the Queen of Cups balances out the King of Wands beautifully. The King of Wands balances out the Queen of Cups beautifully. So this is a very dynamic kind of connection here. And I feel like you guys are almost attracting each other. Like, this connection is fast approaching. It's coming. And so we get further insight into that with the Chariot. And so with the Chariot, not only is the Chariot telling us that this person is having victory, or has reached a place of victory and prosperity. Essentially what you have here is the charioteer, and you've got both those beautiful horses, black and white, a symbol of darkness and light, and having gone through those different energies and come out victorious. So it's like this person has definitely gone through something. They've been victorious, and now there's this forward moving, relentless energy that it's unstoppable. They're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep moving. They're going to keep being prosperous. They're going to keep striving for greatness. And it's like they're going to reach it. No matter what, they are going to reach it. This is an energy of victory, complete and total victory here with the Chariot. And also it's another representation of fast moving energies and coming together. So this Chariot supports the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands' union together. It's like it's almost another symbolism here of it's fast approaching, it's coming, it's going to be here. So this is pretty powerful. Now, the final tarot card to talk about is the Tower reversed, and I love this Tower reversed because it just talks about steadiness. It talks about stability. So whatever this is right here, whatever success they've just gone through, whatever completion of a cycle they've reached, it's so powerful and so dynamic and so important in their lives that it's going to remain very, very, I would say, steady. That's what the Tower card is showing. It's like perhaps they've reached a career job, or perhaps they've reached the fulfillment of a dream. And so now the Tower reversed is signaling a time of stability, right? The last thing we want when we reach something beautiful, something that we've been waiting for, something that we've been striving for, the last thing we want is for that thing to be taken away suddenly. And that's what the Tower energy essentially does, right? The Tower energy is very sudden. It's very chaotic. You lose everything only to regain it. But, it's like that initial loss, right? It's very stunning. It's very impactful, which is why a lot of people don't like the Tower. But the fact that it's reversed just signals a time of steadiness, just signals a time of moving slowly through this energy that they're in. And so it's beautiful because when you put it together with the Chariot, you're essentially taking away all of the bad energies of the Tower. You're taking away the bad energy of the Tower. And so it's not, because the Tower reverse can also signal the need for something new to happen, the desire for something new to happen and it not happen. But the fact that we've got the Chariot here balances out that energy and tells you that, yes, they are moving and they're striving and they're getting things done on their terms. They're doing it based on what they want to do at this moment. And so this Tower energy reverse is a very inviting card. So, boy, the person that you are going to marry is definitely happy right now. Group number one, they're happy. And I feel like your union is fast approaching, if not already here, to be quite honest with you. I do definitely feel that some of the people watching this are already with this person, or maybe, you are your boyfriend, girlfriend, partners. And this energy of getting married is also very fast approaching. It's something that's coming. So that's for a few of you, right? But for others that have not met this person yet, that time is coming. It is fast approaching. All right, so we're going to throw some oracle cards just to kind of take a look and see, maybe the oracles can lend a hand and give more information about their current feelings and thoughts, what they're currently going through. situation, and maybe we can get a little insight into this relationship, since we unraveled that it's fast approaching. So this deck is from the Sacred Forest. It is one of the newer Oracle decks, the Sacred Forest is. So we're going to throw just one card and see what we get. Oh my, the Phoenix. And I've been getting so much Phoenix symbolism. It's truly, it's uncanny. But anyways, Phoenix, transmutation. And you have here a beautiful, wondrous Phoenix. Wings spread out wide and just, essentially flying above all the limitations. More than likely, this Phoenix has been reborn, which is why we've got this fire symbolism here, and that Phoenix kind of flying out away from that fire. So this is a brand spanking new Phoenix, right? It's just been reborn from the ashes. It aligns perfectly well with the actual message of this reading, right? They're moving towards something new. Something new is happening. Something new is occurring. New promotions, new opportunities. Definitely an energy of success with this person. They are happy right now, group number one. And I feel like they're in a position where they're just vibrating very highly. They're just so vibrant at the moment. There's so much energy coming out of them that all of their good, successful projects, all the good things that have been essentially set aside for them, it's coming to them quicker. This is now coming to them quicker because they're just in that positive kind of mindset, and that just opens doors, and it is opening very beautiful doors for this person. So let's go ahead and throw some more oracles. We're gonna throw. Let me see. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and throw. I'm sorry. Let me try and get it here. All right, I've got the deck. This is from the Pure Magic Oracle deck. I need to shuffle them first. But we're going to go ahead and see what else we can obtain from this. What more the cards can tell us. So this Oracle deck will serve to do that. Let's take a look. Belladonna Visions. Okay. Interesting. So Belladonna Vision. And the keywords attached to this card are caution, guidance, clarity, stand firm. This is a message for you. Unbelievably, this is a message for you. You're being asked, whoever's watching this, to be cautious, to wait for the proper guidance, to wait to have that clarity. Just keep your eyes open, your intuition heightened, stand firm. This is a message from Spirit to you directly, whoever's watching this. Potentially, I feel that this message is directly for the person that is still waiting for this energy to come. Not for those that potentially already have someone. And, this energy, this card, this message is for those that have not met this person yet, I feel. So Belladonna Visions, be cautious with the current energies right now. Don't act out of desperation or out of fear. Fear because maybe you're fearing that you're not going to find love. You're fearing that this person is just getting further away. The cards are not telling you that. The cards are telling you that this energy is getting closer to you. So wait for it. Wait for the guidance. Wait for the clarity. Stand firm is a message for you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and keep this going. We're going to throw another oracle card from the Priestess of Light. And we're going to see what the Priestess of Light wants to tell us. You know what? We're going to go ahead and ask the Priestess of Light what message, now that we've got this card and it's so obviously for you, what other messages, right, do the oracle cards have for you, the person watching this reading? So we're going to shuffle and we are going to throw loss, lack, fear, victimization. My, oh my, group number one. Yeah. So you've got a pretty powerful Priestess of Light here, right? And she is essentially looking at you with a pretty like, I would say a face of seriousness, right? Like this is the priestess that says enough with your bad energies. Let's just say, just to keep it clean here. So this high priestess wants for you to stop having a kind of a victim mindset. This high priestess wants you to stop being fearful. I feel that maybe for some of you, there's this fear of missing out, potentially a fear of not finding love. There's a fear of loss. There's a fear of lack. I think that maybe some of you feel like you're lacking in some way. This is the card that tells you that you're not lacking in anything. You're believing that you're a victim, but you're really not, right? You have a lot. A lot is going to be given to you. A lot of you have strived to get to where you are right now. You just have to be patient. You have to be cautious. You have to wait for that guidance. Just stand firm. But there is no lack right now for you. And that is essentially what this card is telling you. If we combine this together with the Belladonna Visions, interesting. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw a Lover's Oracle. We're going to throw a Lover's Oracle just to see if there's any other little hidden messages, maybe a little message for this love, right? For when this is going to happen. Let's see. I don't know what these cards are going to tell us. We're just going to throw it and we're going to vibe with it. Let's take a look. We're just going to throw one. All right, so Lover's Oracle. All right, so this is the card. This is the artwork associated with your card. And the message: deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. That's a beautiful message. That is a beautiful message. And it's self-explanatory. I don't even need to go into detail about that. That is a message for you, you alone. So we are going to stop this right there. Group number 1, this is a beautiful reading. I enjoyed doing it. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to go to my Patreon and support me there. Thank you, Seekers, for your love. And bye-bye. Welcome, group number 2. Welcome. All right, now before we get started, group number 2, I want to remind you once again that I just started a Patreon page with exclusive pick a card content. I will include the link in the description below. I am asking you, Seekers, to support me on my journey as I try and bring these transformative messages to the world. The best way you can help is by becoming a patron. Thank you for your love, Seekers. All right, so the card that you see in front of you is a card from the Star Dragons Oracle deck. It's one of the newer Oracle decks, came out a day ago, and it's going to represent the theme for this reading. Again, we're trying to figure out the current feelings and thoughts and experiences of the person that you will marry. All right, so this is essentially an update on that person's current situation. All right, so our theme. Oh, you've got number 27, culmination, completion, and renewal. Interesting. Very interesting. Group number 1 had a very similar card, but this one kind of takes it a step further, really. This card is essentially talking about the totality of that experience, the culmination, the completion, and the renewal of just everything, your body, your mind, your spirit. This is interesting. So, just looking at this card, I do see and I feel like the person that you are going to marry is someone who has gone through a lot of changes. They've had to go through this process of change and transmutation, and they've just had to, in many ways, adapt new mentalities and try out different philosophies. And so sometimes that can be exhaustive, right? Exhausting, wearing different masks, just trying hard to perhaps just reach a certain goal and the sacrifices that come with that. The good news is that it seems like they've completed it. They've completed this project, and now they're kind of going through this process of renewal. So, this could be them just kind of taking a break. This could be them just kind of assessing where they are in life right now and then moving forward into where they want to go next. Now, let's go ahead and throw some tarot, right? That's just one oracle card. It is going to be the theme of the reading, but we're going to use the tarot to give us a more precise reading. So we're going to use the Star Tarot. As you Seekers know, this is my favorite tarot deck. So we are going to shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. We're going to go ahead and use this one for the very first one. Okay, let's see. Help us out here, Spirit. information on where they're at. Where have they come? What have they done? Oh my. There's an incredible amount of divine male presence here, right? You've got the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and then you've got the Magician. Very interesting. A lot of seekers that are interested in that divine male kind of presence pick this group, because boy oh boy. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first card is the Hermit upright. I love the Hermit energy. The Hermit energy is very introspective. This is the energy that kind of goes off into the mountains to find the answers to the deeper meanings of life. But also the Hermit is very wise. This is a wise old man. This is a wise old person that knows, understands. Through that wisdom, through that knowledge, they're able to kind of shine a light on the darkness of life, right? So the Hermit is this energy of just understanding, knowing, wisdom, even mystery, and understanding of the mysteries, and understanding of the shadows, and understanding of the darkness and the light, and the integration of them both. So it's like, when I look at this Hermit energy, and then I look at that Dragon card, the culmination, the completion, and renewal, I feel like the person that you're going to marry has kind of gone off on a journey. That's kind of where they're at. These are their current feelings. So it's like their feelings are very intertwined, I feel, with the actions that they've taken. They've gone off on some kind of journey to find themselves. This could have, it doesn't have to be to a far off land to do this. It can just be, they could have just kind of like shut themselves off from the world. Maybe they could have taken some kind of drastic measure, like disconnecting themselves completely from the world, And so they're in the pursuit of something deep. They're in the pursuit of something, I would say, profound, where they can make sense of what they want to do with their lives. And this could have come from a place of sorrow. And the reason I say that is because their current thoughts are thoughts of just sadness, and this is a pretty difficult thing to consider, right? Because the sun is the ultimate beacon of hope and joy and love, but the fact that it's reversed, it's like, this person is definitely going through a bit of darkness, right? The sun is not coming out right now for this person. This is the card that represents their thoughts. The fact that it's reversed just says their thoughts are dark. There's just no joy in them. It's like they're in this energy of like maybe some dark philosophy. They're trying to make peace with the darkness of life. And so that's what the Hermit energy is all about. Finding that wisdom, finding the light in the dark. And then in many ways, the Hermit is the light in that darkness. And so, they're trying to figure life out a bit. The good news is that we go right back to the theme of the reading, right? The culmination of something. We've got completion, renewal. Number 27 in numerology is the number of foundations and the building process of that. And it's almost like, for me, it's a champion kind of number. And so what I see with this person at this moment is just going through some sadness, feeling sad, feeling down, maybe feeling a bit depressed. But at the same time, from that darkness, there is a light, and they're kind of feeding that light. So they've reached a place of knowing and understanding. And this has to do with career. It has to do with skills. It has to do with understanding. It has to do with society. The reason I say that is because we've got two kings here that just kind of, represent those things. And so you've got the King of Swords. And the King of Swords, this is the logical mind, right, at its best. Not only that, but the King of Swords upholds societies, believes in laws, believes in structures, believes that the systems that are in place are here to benefit us, and they're essential for a thriving society. And so for this person, they're very much going through this process right now of thinking, what's the right thing? What's the right course of action? How can I go ahead and make a move and actually be effective when I make that move? And how can I be, in many ways, of service to other people, right? How can I uphold society? And how can I do it in a smart, methodical way? And so, there's this sense, the fact that these cards are upright tells me that this person has reached an understanding of something, right? We go right back to the meaning, to the actual theme of the reading, with the culmination and the completion and the renewal of something. So even though there's some sadness going on here, there's a little bit of darkness, it's almost because they've had to maybe move away from something that they held very dear to themselves. Maybe there is an understanding that, they have to grow up. They have to maybe move out of somewhere. They have to change jobs. There is a realization that's going on with the person that you are going to marry. And that realization has left them feeling a bit sad, but at the same time determined. At the same time, there's understanding. At the same time, there's a person that knows what they're destined to do, how they're destined to do it, and they're moving in that direction as effectively as humanly possible. And so we move from the King of Swords to the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is one of my favorites, because the King of Pentacles is the king that knows where the value is, right? This king stands guard. And so, in this illustration, you see this king holding onto this tree of life. And this tree of life, it signifies value. It signifies prosperity. It signifies the cornucopia of goodness. Signifies good, vibrant health. It signifies the mind of a person that understands what's necessary in order to be materially successful, right? So there's this sense of learning this lesson, and perhaps maybe they're a bit sad that they've had to learn this lesson now. Maybe they feel like maybe if they would have learned that lesson before, things would have been a bit better for them, or they could have avoided certain energies or certain bad things. But at the same time, they understand with that hermit energy that it was necessary for them to go through whatever they went through in order to get to this place. And so the King of Pentacles is a man that knows and understands where the value in life is. They're led to it almost spiritually, which is why you've got a unicorn here, right? The unicorn is a symbol of spirit, it's a symbol of the connection to the divine. And so that's always been present. You also have star symbolism. The star is the ultimate guide, right? Think of the star of Bethlehem. And so there's this sense of right and wrong, dark and light, which is why you've got a moon, you've got the dark side of the moon, and you've got the light side of the moon, right? You've got a dark and you've got the light. And so there's almost an integration of those things and an understanding of what needs to happen. And so, this person, I feel they've been lacking direction for a long time, and they just found it. But the fact that they just found it, and the fact that they know what they need to do now, has left them feeling sad. They're sad. And unfortunately, for them, this sadness is very profound, and it's a sadness that might last for a while. And I say that because the sun, anytime you get a major arcana, it's very telling, and it's just so significant, because it is a major arcana, so it's a major part of their experience here. It's not like something that'll go away in a few days. It's a sadness that they're going to carry with them for a while. So whatever they were thinking of doing, whatever they had their mind set on, whatever vision, whatever hope, whatever ambition, it kind of crumbled down on them. Like, this ambition has it died. And so they're going through a bit of darkness right now. And maybe, to other people, they may seem a bit distant, or they may seem like they're never going to be happy ever again. And so, unfortunately, I feel like that energy is going to carry with them for a while. But let me just focus on the positives here. Right? You've got some very nice cards here. And we have the very last card, and it goes without saying, this is my favorite card of the entire tarot, and this is the Magician, right? This is the Magician, number one, the Magician. So the Magician is in many ways a very powerful major arcana, because this is the connection to spirit, the ultimate connection to spirit. So when you reach the energy of the Magician, you have all the tools at your disposal to manifest greatness. You've got the Pentacles, which means you have the money, you have the health, You have the swords, means you have the mental agility, you have the skills necessary. You have the cups, which is you have the emotional stability to make this happen. You also have the wands, which is the desire and the willpower to actually bring this into existence, right? And so there's all of this, all of these four elements are almost integrated into this process, and now you're able to manifest greatness, which is why the magician holds the wand up to the skies, receives that magic from spirit, and almost becomes, this connecting force to earth. As you can see here, the magician becomes a conduit, and that's where the energies come, and he faces down to the earth. You see that electricity just beaming down, and that is the ultimate way to manifest. It is the ultimate form of manifestation, turning that divine into something mundane. And so in many ways, the magician is a master, an all-star. And I feel like this person, the person that you're going to marry, has gone through a process. They're a bit sad right now. They're going to get over that, even though it might take them a while. But they know that it is for the best. It's like the hermit also signals traveling. So it's like moving away from a place that you lived in to a new place. And sometimes that travel can be very exhausting. And perhaps the sadness comes from having to move away. So maybe there's a move taking place. They're moving away from a place that they thought it was really going to work out. It was perfect. And then it ended up not being all that perfect for situations that they had to adapt to, which were maybe a bit out of their control. And now it's like there's an energy of sadness, right? But I think they're going to be very effective with whatever new energies they're dealing with, whatever new life. It feels like, to be honest with you, it feels like the person that you are going to marry, or maybe you're already married to this person, or maybe you already know this person. I do feel like that there is definitely some of you who already know who this person is. But anyways, what I feel is that this person potentially has moved away or has left a place. And they're very sad because that move signifies the complete renewal and something new, like a new life, a new way of being, maybe new fears, new worries, new anxieties, right? So there's definitely that. And so it's kind of challenging to them in some ways. It really is. All right, so we're going to throw some oracle cards. Let's go ahead and do that right now. We're going to start with the Sacred Forest. This is actually one of the newer oracle decks. So we're going to start with the Sacred Forest. We're just going to throw one. We're going to see what the Sacred Forest has to tell us. Talk to us, Sacred Forest. Ooh, activation. I like that card. All right, activation. Let's take a good look at this. Spirit Guardian of Spring. Activation. And so what you have here is a little kind of like the tree, probably the same tree that King of Pentacles is holding, but it's a much smaller tree, right? This tree is just kind of growing. It's very new. And there's joy, there's like little fairy children kind of dancing around. And so there's kind of an excitement, there's a newness, there's a sense of wonder, right? So there is some magic surrounding whatever this darkness or whatever this move that has been undertaken by them, or project, let's call it a project. There's magic behind that decision. There's this sense of wonder behind it. And so there's also an activation that comes with that. So there is an energy of moving forward into something new, being activated, being called to do something completely new. Just having this energy of success and activation through this process of moving and expansion. All right, so they're definitely going through something truly, truly dynamic, and it's going to lead towards something truly great for them. That's definitely 100% what that oracle card is telling us. So let's go ahead and keep these oracle cards coming. We're going to throw now a pure magic oracle card. We are just going to throw one. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we've got Silt. Interesting. So this is the card of peace, agent of change. impact, and importance, right? So these are some pretty good keywords that tie in very, very closely with what they're going through, right? So this is almost a continuation of this. And so one thing that I'm seeing is that perhaps one of their fears is that they're not going to have peace, but at the same time, there's the hope of peace. There's a hope that there will be peace. And so the agent of change is also a card of needing to go through this change in order for there to be peace, right? And then there's the impact. And so they're kind of weighing that impact. What kind of impact is this decision going to have on me? And then the importance. How important is this for my future, for my prosperity, for the things that I need to accomplish, and for my family members, right? For the energies around me. How important is it? And so I feel like maybe that's where their mind is right now. That's the energy that they're really thinking about right now. And so, it's something that's in many ways leading them to be a bit upset, right? That's kind of the only shadow that I'm seeing here. The fact that their thoughts are a bit dark, okay? So there's fear, there's anxiety, right? They want peace. They're scared they're not going to have peace with this decision, this move, this moving away from this. And so, they needed the change, but now they're afraid that this change might impact them in a negative way. And they're constantly weighing the importance of this change. Could they have done something differently? Could things have been maybe done through a different avenue? And so that's also kind of weighing on their minds as well, which is why it leads them to that little bit of darkness. All right, so we're going to throw a Priestess of Light. Let's see what the Priestess of Light has to tell us about this person in general. Maybe we can get a little information about the relationship. Let's see. Priestess of Light, talk to us. Adjustments. Okay, yeah, we're on the same theme. These cards are really talking very heavily about what they're going through. They're going through an adjustment period, all right? Looking back, moving forward. There's reminiscing. I'm getting this energy of almost crying, there's been some crying. There's been some if only we could have done things better, or maybe if we were a different way, or potentially, if we could have just maybe done this, it's like there is a little bit of sorrow here with what they're going through. So they're looking back, they're thinking at all the good moments, all of the good memories, all of the connections that they've built that unfortunately they're having to move away from. But there is an energy of dynamism with this person, which is why you have here moving forward. So they have the mind of, we're moving forward. We're moving and we're going to get this done. We're going to be prosperous. We're going to build. We're going to just be of great importance to the people around us, and we're going to thrive in this new environment. So very forward moving momentum, very forward moving thinking, again, King of Pentacles, King of Swords, the Magician, very male kind of energy, very divine male kind of energy. Fire, dynamism. It's what I'm seeing with this person. A sense of duty, responsibility. I have to do this. I have to get it done. I will do it effectively, right? That's what these three divine male presence here, it's pretty much highlighting with the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Magician. All right, so we're going to throw a Lover's Oracle, all right? We haven't talked a lot about the relationship. We haven't really said anything, but we're going to throw a Lover's Oracle card just to give us a little insight into this connection, right? Let's see, between you and this person. So we're going to go ahead and throw just one. We're going to shuffle. This is the Lover's Oracle. And here we go. So this is the image attached to your message, all right? And the message is, oh boy, this is a long one. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. My, oh my. That is a powerful message. It almost feels like if this is a message that they want to give to you. Okay, this is pretty intense right here. The very last card. All right. My, oh my. This is It almost feels like for those of you who are already married or already know who this person is, this change is something that you might be going through with them. And so they want to almost psychically communicate this to you. You must let go of resentment, which is very interesting, right? Very interesting. But for others, for those that haven't met this person, this card is essentially talking about their kind of perception at this moment, right? This is kind of like their thought process, right? Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. So right there, we have that dynamism, that moving forward. I'm not going to go ahead and dwell on this. Even though I'm a little sad, I'm a little down, might be a little depressed, I'm not stopping for anyone. I'm moving forward. I will be renewed. And they're letting go of the resentment. Right? They're letting go of this energy of just feeling upset. That's what I see there at the end. All right, so group number 2, that brings us to the very end of your reading. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to support me on Patreon. Become a patron. I am asking you, seekers, to support me on my journey as I try and bring these transformative messages to the world. So please, the best way that you can help is by becoming a patron. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, seekers. Thank you for your love. I hope that you seekers enjoyed this reading, and bye-bye. Welcome, group number 3. Welcome. All right, so before we get started, I want to remind you, seekers, that I started a Patreon page with exclusive pick a card content. I will include a link in the description below. I am asking you, seekers, to support me on my journey as I try and bring these transformative messages to the world. The best way that you can help is by becoming a patron. Thank you for your love, seekers. All right, so today we're going to try and figure out what the current feelings, thoughts, and experiences are with the person that you will marry. So let's go ahead and take a look, right? This card in front of you is going to represent the theme of the reading. It is from a new oracle deck called the Star Dragons. So let's see what dragon represents them, the theme of this reading. Ho, 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 resources. Interesting. So you've got here a dragon that's after resources, that's looking to build something very dynamic and is looking for the resources necessary to bring that into existence. Very interesting. We're going to need more cards, so we're going to throw some tarot, but that is a very interesting theme. We're going to go ahead and use the Star Tarot. It is my favorite tarot deck, as you seekers already probably know. So we're going to go ahead and take a look and see. All right, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. All right, so let's see what their feelings are, their thoughts at this moment, and more information on where they are at and what they've essentially gone through. My oh my. So group number 3, the person that you are going to marry, I gotta say, they've gone through a bit of a roller coaster. Okay, they've gone through a bit of a roller coaster, and they're still on that roller coaster. This is definitely still going. So let's get started. We'll start with their current feelings, and their feelings are the 6 of Pentacles, which is actually pretty exciting to see, because the 6 of Pentacles is the card of the giver. All right, so we've got here a Native American, and this Native American has essentially created something very beautiful, very dear to them, and they're giving it away. They're almost, grateful to be giving this away. They're happy to be doing this. And you also have buffalo symbolism, and the buffalo was very important to the Native Americans. They used every single part of that buffalo for sustenance, right? So it's almost like if they are in a position where they're giving everything towards something. It could be towards a goal. It could be towards an ambition. It could be towards some new and exciting possible business endeavors. It could be for their health. They could be trying to get healthy. They could be trying to work on themselves, on their body, on their physical and mental energy and agility. But at the same time, I feel like they're also being very charitable at this moment. They're lending a hand and they're trying to be as giving as they possibly can. So these are their feelings. They want to give. They want to give. They want to make sure that other people around them are doing well economically, financially. They want to make sure that everything is taken care of effectively. Now, with the Nine of Wands over here, right? This is their thoughts. This is very telling about where they're at as far as what maybe they wish that they were going through. But anyway, so let's talk about this. So we've got the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands, what we have here is a person who has been through some very tough times. This Nine of Wands stands guard, and they're guarding against any kind of chaotic energy from entering their lives. They don't want that. They've been through that and they've learned from it. And we know that they've learned from it because their body is literally made up of the deepness of space, and there's many stars there. And so one of their wands is piercing the moon, which is a symbol of almost breaking through illusions and seeing the reality and being able to peek behind the veil of the illusion and knowing the truth completely. And so, this person is very much aware of of unfortunately the things that have gone on with them. They're aware of just the energies around them. This person has gone through a process of transformation, and they're just aware. And so, sometimes with that awareness comes a little bit of protection, because when you become aware, you know that life isn't all sunshine and rainbows and butterflies. You know that there is true malevolence in the world. And sometimes you have to guard against that malevolence, because if not, then it can overtake you and ultimately take your resources, right? So we go right back to the theme of the reading, resources. And so they are very much protecting their resources. And so they're guarding against any kind of calamity. They're guarding against any kind of negative energy. They're guarding against any kind of chaotic energies or chaotic, situations, or, they're just very careful. But at the same time, their feelings are, I want to give. I want to give. I want to make sure that everyone around me is okay financially, but also me, myself. What am I doing for myself? I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be very diligent about that, because I am my greatest resource. So we go back to the theme of the reading. They are their greatest resource. They understand that now. They've come to that understanding, and now they're kind of acting that out. Now, with the Nine of Wands and the fact that their thoughts are just so protective, I feel like they've come to an understanding of something. They've learned something, and they're not moving away from that thought. This can be anything, really. The cards are pretty, I guess, well, we can talk about what that might be with these three cards, but let's focus on this right now. So they've learned something. Could be about a person, could be about a situation. And they know this to be true. They've verified it. And so now they're kind of being very protective against maybe that person or set of events or, societal norm, or, there's just this thing of them wanting to be open and giving, but at the same time protecting. So it's like this person is in a battle with this philosophy, with this way of thinking. And the other three cards give us a little information about where they're at. So it seems like in the past, they've worked very diligently. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles. They've worked very diligently on a project. They saved money. They tried to get ahead. They tried to be as resourceful as they possibly can. But it ultimately ended up in a little bit of calamity. So whatever it was, it took away their finances. It stripped them of that. And so they had to start all over again. All right. And this was just heartbreaking, to the point where mentally they're guarding, and I'm not going to tell you that they're recuperating from that. I feel like, they've just learned from it, which is why their feelings are this person, this Six of Pentacles, that's giving, wanting to give everything away, wanting to make sure that everyone else is happy, right? But now it's almost like their thoughts are against it. Their thoughts are, be careful, there's malevolence out there, okay? There's evil out there, and you don't want to repeat of working so hard on this and then having it stripped away from you. So be very careful with what you do and what you say and who you allow in and who you share certain pieces of communication with, because you want to avoid this Ace of Pentacles reversed. You want to avoid that. Now, the sole clue of what happened here is this woman. So I don't know who this woman is. It could be a mother figure, could be a best friend, maybe a past girlfriend. This queen is showing up as someone who was just very terrible for them. And I mean terrible. This person stripped this person, the person that you're going to marry, stripped them of everything. Took from them a lot. Took from them their motivation to move forward. Took from them almost their desire to want to manifest greatness for themselves. Took away from them their value, right? Their prosperity as well. And so, in many ways, the person that you were going to marry has had some trouble recuperating from this. It hasn't been entirely easy. They've had to rebuild again, and that rebuilding process has left them a bit depleted. But one thing that I got to say about your person, they don't let that bring them completely down, because their feelings are feelings of giving. It's like, I feel like before they were the type of person that gave too much, maybe said yes a bit too much, were open to anyone. And so they allowed, unfortunately, a person that wasn't all that great, a person that used their voice to harm them. They ran into malevolence. They ran into evil. And so, this person comes to us in the form of a woman, the Queen of Wands reversed. And so this Queen of Wands essentially burned down the person that you're going to marry's crops, right? And they've had to rebuild. And it's been very traumatic, right? Very, very traumatic. The Nine of Wands reversed talks about some trauma. So it's been very traumatic. And they've had to recuperate from it. They've had to go through this process of just change and acceptance and understanding. And, I wouldn't be surprised if they've had to take some kind of therapy in order to get through this, because it's been very difficult, right? When you have everything, when you work so diligently. And let's examine the Seven of Pentacles. So you have here a representation of them on a field, working very diligently, right? Building things, getting things just done. You have here all of these beautiful crops yielding incredible fruit. And you even feel like you have the blessings from spirit. As you can see, you've got unicorns in the background, in the skies, right? And so that those unicorns are a symbol of spirit almost blessing your crops. And so, you work so diligently to get this, to manifest this greatness into your life. And then all of a sudden, this person comes in. This woman comes in. We're going to keep her reversed because that's how bad she was. And just completely takes your value, takes everything away in the most heinous way, right? So that's why these two cards are reversed. And so, it's left them with this kind of doubt, right? Guarding, making sure that this doesn't happen again. And it's been a process of change and just, trying to forgive, trying to make sure that, they're in the right place mentally, financially. But what I like is that they haven't lost that giving energy about them. They've just become wiser because of this. All right, so let's go ahead and throw some oracle cards. I'm interested to see what the oracle cards reveal. We're going to throw a card from the Sacred Forest. This is one of the newer oracle decks. So the Sacred Forest. Let's see what the Sacred Forest has for us. The Wizard of the Woods. All right, focus. I like this. I like this. All right. So we've got the Wizard of the Woods, and the key word with the person that you're going to marry at this moment is focus, right? And so this wizard right here is the wizard that dwells in the woods and has a desire and an understanding for what they want, right? And so when I say desire for what they want, it's like, they're striving every day to bring that into existence, right? Sometimes we go off the beaten path and we don't know what we want and we're unsure. This wizard is sure. And so this wizard has focus, laser-like focus. And that's why they're able to to create magic. That's why they're able to manifest greatness and live the life that they want, because they have incredible focus. And so that is very much the energy that your future spouse, the person that you're going to marry, that's one of the energies that they're really under, that's really resonating with them right now. It's like, all right, I need to focus. I need to make sure that I have, the proper energy, the proper mindset. I need to make sure that things are in place so that I can just rebuild and get going with my life, right? So Wizard of the Woods comes to us to tell us that the person that you're going to marry is going through a process of just transformation and hyper focus so that they can get to where they were before. Interesting. All right, so we're going to throw a card. Let's see, another oracle card. This one is the pure magic of the oracle. So let's go ahead and shuffle. And we're going to throw just one card. And here we are. All right, so this card, let's see, this is Hollowed Heart. Oh, wow. Hollowed Heart, veneration, sensuality, gentleness, nakedness, right? This is interesting. You've got essentially here a heart that instead of bleeding, what you have is flowers coming out of it. And this is beautiful because, I felt it, and now we have the confirmation. The person that you're going to marry is a sweetheart. The person that you're going to marry is extremely loving, is just extremely kind. This person is just so gentle, so beautiful. And so in many ways, whenever you run into someone like that, that's so accepting of people, so inviting, so lovely, there isn't a narcissistic bone in their body. There isn't any kind of self-absorbed behaviors. This person is the kind of person that gives everything to other people. When you run into people like that, it's truly magnificent. But unfortunately, those people get taken advantage of a lot. And they get taken advantage of by cycles, just like this Queen of Wands reverse here that came into their lives and taught them, right? This was a lesson right here. It's like you either toughen up, you either understand that not everyone is out for your greater good. Understand, learn that lesson, or unfortunately you're going to keep running into these people. And that was the lesson there. That's what they took away from that. But it has not taken away from their gentleness. It hasn't taken away from them essentially being a person that's naked in the sense where they share all their thoughts. They share their ambitions. They want you to know what they're thinking and what they want and how they want it. And so, they're just extremely honest, We live in a society where people tend to lie just to lie. There's compulsive liars, and I feel that technology is only making that even worse. We've become a society of compulsive liars. We lie about everything, and sometimes we just do it for the fun of it. We do it because it's all we know, and so the lie becomes our truth, our reality. We don't even examine the truth anymore. We examine the lies, and we try to create a lie to hide that lie. And so it's deeper, right? The rabbit hole is deep. And what we're missing is self-examination. We don't see ourselves doing it, which is why it's so easy to do it. And so anyways, I went down the rabbit hole there. But the person that you are going to marry is very much a gentle person, a kind person. And, this kindness is shown here in the Six of Pentacles with this Native American giving away the greatest gift that they can give away, a representation of their being, really. And so this is the kind of person that you're going to, they like to have people around. They like to make sure that everyone's happy. And so, yeah, that's why this right here was just so heartbreaking. They just can't believe that somebody could betray them to that extent. So they're healing from this, but I feel that this healing is going to take place rather quickly. They're going to be effective once again. Life is going to take a very interesting turn for them, and how can it not, right? If they're going to meet you. So let's go ahead and throw a Priestess of Light. Let's see what the Priestess of Light is going to show us. Just one Priestess of Light card. We're going to shuffle. Oh, friendship. Look at that. Look at that. My goodness. Yeah. Yeah. This person is truly phenomenal. The person you're going to marry is awesome. Okay. Awesome. Friendship, support, fun, unity, play. My, oh my. So now you're getting a little information on who you will marry, right? So it seems like maybe you want this information. So the cards are leaning towards giving you that information. This person is someone who's going to support you in such a beautiful way. This person is very fun. They're very funny. All right. I'm seeing like a stand-up comedian, right? They're always trying to make people laugh. They're trying to make sure that you are having a good time. They believe in unity. They believe in telling you at all times, "I love you." I really do. And they want to play. They want to have fun with you. They want to do what you want to do. They want to travel places. They want to have experiences with you. This is a best friend. Like, this is the kind of energy that's just so beautiful and so present, right? A lot of people sometimes they're just not present enough. And you know who these people look like, right? It's like friends that really aren't friends. They're more worried about other things when they're with you than you. They're just not present. This is the kind of friendship. This is the kind of person that's going to be present for you. And just they're going to show you just how just beautiful life is going to be with them. Anyways, let's go ahead and throw one more oracle card. This, I've been getting interesting messages with these little oracle cards right here that I'm about to throw. So I am interested to see what you get. But it is the Lover's Oracle cards. All right, we're going to throw just one Lover's Oracle. And I am interested to see what you get. Because group 1 and 2, man, oh man, they were pretty direct messages. And I felt that the message was coming directly from that person, right? The person that they were going to marry. We'll see. We'll see what we get for you. All right, so this is the artwork associated with your card. And the message. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. My, oh my. That is beautiful. That is the lesson that they've learned. Well, actually, this is a lesson that they are in the process of learning. This is the lesson that they are currently at right now. Like, this is the conclusion that they've come to. After this heartbreak, now they're in this energy where it's like, you deserve to feel that joy. Now allow yourself to feel the joy. And regardless of past pain, past hurts, past trauma, past, energies of just complete and utter catastrophe, you can feel that joy and you can give yourself permission, right? You have to remember to light that joy in your life. And so it's a beautiful message. And perhaps this message is one where they're trying to share it with you because you might be going through the same energies. I feel like maybe you two are psychically connected, and so perhaps you have gone through the same process as well. Maybe you're, watching this reading and you're probably thinking, man, that sounds like me. I'm going through all that stuff right now. And so that makes sense, right? That makes sense that your future spouse, the person that you're going to marry is now telling you, hey, this is what I'm doing to get through this energy. This is where I'm at. This is what you can do, right? And so it's much easier than you think. But yeah, so beautiful energy with this person. That brings us to the very end of your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to support me to be in my Patreon. I created a Patreon page with exclusive pick a card content. I'm going to include the link in the description below. And yes, I am asking you seekers to come and support me. Support me in the process of bringing these transformative messages to the world. The best way to support me is to become a Patreon. So go to that, sign up. Thank you for your love, seekers. Thank you for your support. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and bye-bye.